Okay, we're rolling.
Okay. So now let's talk about the club and Atlantic City and coming down for the dances and how you saw the Will Maston Trio and you said to the guy, you know, you should put my son in there, and then when he plays the 500 Club and there are lines around the block.
Well, okay, you know, at one time, when I got off, I worked.
Can we just start one more time, because the I'm still rolling. I notice the light is not exactly hitting your hair the same way. Just move this in a little. There we go. Okay, good. All right. I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry, honey.
Oh. Okay. We're all set.
It occurs to me that the flowers are,
Well,
the flowers are in a completely different place than
well,
they
that's
were.
because we're moving around. Don't worry about it, Carol.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, fine. All right.
Okay. What were we going to talk about?
Atlantic City.
You know, Atlantic City, I call that my second home, because everybody down there is so wonderful. I mean, if you're good, they're good to you. So one time I left my job, which I worked right across the street from the Club Harlem at Little Belmont, Grace's Little Belmont. So I was over talking to Mr. Williams, Clip Williams, which was one of the owners, and the mailman came in. So we had a advertisement of the Will Maston Trio. So I said to Cliff, I said, why don't you get this act? And I said, you know, my son is with Will Maston. He said, yeah, I know, baby. He said, but you see, we got too many men now. We need more ladies, you know? So I said, okay. So the following year, Sammy goes to the 5. And Cliff almost died. He said, if I had to ask him to come in here, I would have given him $50,000 more than they made. Well, I know that was not true. But anyway, Sammy did work the Club Harlem. And the night of the breakfast dance, which we have never seen Kentucky Avenue, Arctic Avenue, or Atlantic Avenue so full of people, when Sammy did the Saturday night show. It was just a whole square, and it was wonderful. And I told Cliff, I said, it's your own fault.
Right.
So you should have had him before.
When you were saying to me before about Sammy and hotels and how he never needed to live in a house, do you think that that's just because he grew up so much like on the road that he was more comfortable? Can you tell me a little bit about how?
Well, I don't know about how he felt.
Right, but you.
No, but I think it could be that this is all he knew was hotels, or maybe somebody who had a rooming house. You know, because a lot of times, until he got to be big, that he had to be living in those little places, you know. He wasn't able to live at the Waldorf or one of those places.
But tell me about what you said, that he would finish his shows in Vegas, and then he'd go stay in the hotel, or he'd go back to L.A. and he'd check into a hotel.
No, I'm not going to mention that.
Okay.
Because, I mean, that's gossip.
Right.
You know, that would make, to me now,
okay.
this would put as if to say that Sammy and Altarese wasn't getting along.
Oh, no, I didn't right, I know what you're saying.
We know that how people would do it. Well, and that's the way I would. Well, I knew that was the reason why he didn't go home, because he didn't want to be home.
But he did own a condo in Vegas, and I know, because when I visited him there, that...
condo where in Vegas?
It was in the same complex. I have to look it up in my...
You're talking about Las Vegas?
In Las Vegas. And he said he just loved to hang out there. They were all there, like Jerry Lewis, Buddy Lester.
Were you
they all
sure
liked
it
to
was
have
Sammy?
breakfast together.
You sure it was Sammy's condo?
I don't know. They said it was.
Because I never knew of Sammy having nothing in Vegas.
Yeah, I think he did.
Nothing.
I don't think it was much.
And I don't think he never stayed in Vegas over a month, if he stayed there a month.
Right, right.
So why would he have a condo?
I think he used
You know, I've told you something. You can't believe everything you hear and very little you see.
Right, right. But you know, there is something about Vegas that gets kind of in the blood. All those people.
I love Vegas. I would like to live in Vegas. If I didn't have my cane, I would love. And if I was about 20 years younger.
That's right. They love it there because there's a certain excitement. That's why so many of them like to hang out there. Sinatra used to have a big place in Vegas. He loved staying in Vegas. That's why I'm thinking that there's something about Vegas. It's a kind of show business town that's always show business 24 hours a day.
Well, that
they
was the
love-
way it was in Atlantic City.
Right, exactly.
See, when I first went to Atlantic City, the bar it was 24 hours.
Exactly.
Everything stayed open.
Exactly.
Until they brought the soldiers down there, and then
See, when I was down there, that's the impression that I got, that it wasn't just that they liked to perform. They liked Vegas. They liked the life in Vegas. There was always something to do. There was always somebody to drop in on who was playing in town.
yeah, but I never knew of Sammy having a condo there.
Yeah, I think so. I think he did.
Well, I don't know, honey.
Right. In fact, it was remarked to me, I think I told you, that they all went there because Jerry Lewis wanted people to have breakfast with him, so they'd all have breakfast.
Well, maybe it was Jerry's condo.
Well, unless he owned the entire complex, because they were all living in separate places. All right, I think we got it.
Okay, yeah, and the
Okay.
traffic's getting bad.
Yes, okay,
Yeah,
that's
mhm.
it.
Okay, that's great.
All
No,
right.
we didn't get the line. We didn't get the line about let the lady in.
No,
We
no,
didn't-
I'm not
okay,
gonna.
Okay.